Hello, Bermuda. This is Michael Weeks, Minister of National Security. It is now 9:30 p.m. and the winds are starting to pick up. So I'm here with James Dodson of the Bermuda Weather Service and Noel Martin, our National Disaster Coordinator. I would hand it over to James Dodson to give an update as to how we are and what the winds are looking like. Mr. Dodson?
Thank you very much. Yes, so we've just had the latest 9 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, and the latest details on Hurricane Imelda is that its current position is around 90 nautical miles west-southwest of the island. That's about 100 miles to the west-southwest. The movement has sped up with this latest advisory up to around 21 knots as it moves east-northeastwards towards the island. The pressure has come up just a touch, 971 millibars. That's 28.67 inches of mercury, if you prefer. And the wind speed has not changed, 85 knots with gusts to 105 knots. So the general idea with this latest update is there's no real change to the forecast philosophy for Imelda. We're still expecting it to produce hurricane force winds as we get into the early hours of this coming morning. Winds at the moment are starting to pick up towards storm force from the western side of the island, and then they'll gradually move eastwards. And they're generally in a southerly direction right now. As we get to the closest point of approach in the early hours of Thursday morning around 1 a.m., there is just a chance we may get into somewhat of an eye. So the winds may briefly just dip, but then they will very, very rapidly pick up from the north as the center of Imelda moves away east-northeastward. So certainly a big impact. It's still expected to be a Category 2. The latest forecast suggests it may come up a touch to 90 knots with gusts to 110 knots, and that's what we're carrying in our latest forecast. The other thing I can mention is on our radar, we're beginning to see the eye of the storm to the southwest. There's some curvature, and people at home can look at that on weather.bm. And so that's really following exactly what the National Hurricane Center are forecasting. The highest gusts we've had so far at some of our elevated and most exposed sites have been up to around 60 knots. That's 70 if you prefer miles an hour. And the other thing to note from the radar is we've been quite dry so far this evening, but there is a large shield of rain that could be heavy lingering to the west, and that will move in over the next few hours. So that's the latest update. So stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for that update, James. And please, everyone, listen to our meteorologists and stay inside and stay safe. I will now hand it over to Mr. Noel Martin, our National Disaster Coordinator. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Minister, and good evening, Bermuda. Quick updates. The Causeway is closed and will remain closed until assessments have been made. Also, the road on South Shore by Watch Hill Park is also closed. Currently, we have 53 people who have taken advantage of the shelter. There are currently 654 customers without power. The hardest areas that have been hit are Warwick and Hamilton Parish. And the Bermuda Regiment has been embodied and is dispersed throughout the island, ready to assist. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Martin, can I ask, have there been any calls to the police?
There have been no incidents, no calls, no fire at this moment.
Okay, well, that's good news. Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for that update. And before we close off, I just want to remind the public that we are not out of the woods yet. So please stay inside, stay safe, and as we get through this, we will come up with further updates. And anyone that may have an emergency, that a roof being blown off, a window being blown out, you can call the emergency number 444-1447. That's 444-1447 for any emergencies that may come. So please stay off the roads and allow the emergency vehicles to do what they need to do so that we can make sure that we get back up and running as soon as possible. Take care, everyone.